Welcome back, coin lovers, history buffs, and treasure hunters, to your favorite coin channel, JF Coin. If you're holding on to a jar of pennies thinking they're just spare change, think again. Because today, we're diving deep into the most fascinating and surprisingly valuable coins in United States history, the legendary 1975 Lincoln penny. That's right. A coin that might be in your pocket right now could be worth over $779,330. Sounds unbelievable? Stick with us as we uncover the rich history, mind-blowing errors, collector demand, and the shocking current market value of the 1975 Lincoln cent. This is not just a penny, it's a gateway to potential fortune. Let's get started. First, let's talk about the background this iconic coin. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first regular-issue U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure, and since then, it has become one of the most collected coins in the world. The reverse originally featured two wheat ears, giving rise to the nickname Wheat Penny, but in 1959, that was replaced with the Lincoln Memorial to honor the 150th anniversary of his birth. The 1975 penny belongs to this Lincoln Memorial reverse series, and while hundreds of millions were minted that year, not all were created equal. In 1975, the United States Mint produced the Lincoln cent at 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. That's why you'll often see 1975 pennies with a D or an S under the date. No mint mark? That means it was made in Philadelphia, but here's where things get interesting. While the average 1975 penny is worth just a cent in circulation, some extremely rare and special varieties are commanding huge premiums in the collector market. Why? It's all about condition, rarity, and most importantly, errors. Let's begin with errors, because these are where the big bucks come in. Some 1975 pennies were struck with major mint errors, like off-center strikes, double dies, and even strikes on the wrong metal planchet. Imagine finding a 1975 penny that was struck on a dime planchet, making it smaller and silver in color. One of these sold for thousands of dollars at auction. Or a double die obverse, where Lincoln's image or the date appears doubled. Collectors go wild for those and will pay a fortune. And then there's condition, the holy grail of grading. If your 1975 penny is in mint state condition, meaning it has never been circulated and has no signs wear, you're in luck. These coins, especially those graded MS-67 or higher by PCGS or NGC, can sell for hundreds, even thousands of dollars depending on the market. One pristine 1975 penny from the Denver Mint graded MS-67 red sold for over $7,000, but that's not the most shocking part. According to recent reports and auctions, an extremely rare variety, the 1975 Lincoln penny, believed to be a prototype error or pattern coin, was sold for an astonishing $779,330. That's right. One single penny. This coin had all the factors collectors dream: incredible rarity, perfect condition, and a mysterious origin story that made it the centerpiece of competitive bidding. So, what does this mean for you? Well, if you have a jar full of pennies, especially those from the 1970s, it's time to grab a magnifying glass. Check the date. Look at the mint mark. And most importantly, examine the coin's condition. Is it shiny and uncirculated? Do you see any doubling in the lettering or design? Is the coin thicker, thinner, off-center, or oddly colored? These are all clues that you might be holding a rare gem. Let's break it down one more time. Regular circulated 1975 pennies are worth about 1 cent, maybe a few cents to collectors. Uncirculated or high-grade MS-65 to MS-67 pennies from 1975 can fetch anywhere from $10 to several thousand. Rare error pennies, including double dies and off-metal strikes, can easily exceed $10,000, and the most elusive, rare, and mysterious 1975 penny ever discovered, the one that fetched a jaw-dropping $779,330, has officially entered the ranks the most expensive Lincoln cents ever sold. So don't overlook the humble penny. Hidden in old drawers, forgotten coin jars, or passed around in daily change might be a small copper coin with massive potential. One lucky find could turn a penny into a payday, and now it's your turn. Have you checked your 1975 Lincoln cents lately? Do you have any with visible errors or perfect condition? Have you ever submitted coins for grading? Let us know in the comments below. Your coin might just be the next headline-grabbing discovery. Before you go, make sure to hit that like button if you learned something new. Subscribe to JF Coin for more deep dives into rare coins, historic US currency, and exciting market trends. Turn on the notification bell so you never miss out on a chance to learn about hidden treasures that could be sitting right in your own home. Remember, every coin has a story, and here at JF Coin. Welcome back to JF Coin, your #1 destination for rare coins, untold coin history, and unbelievable coin values that may be sitting right in your pocket right now. If you are new here, make sure you subscribe, because today, we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating coins in American history. Get ready for the amazing story of the 1986 Lincoln penny, a coin that's been quietly circulating for decades and now could be worth up to $779,332 in today's collector's market. That's right. A single penny, worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. How? Let's break it all down. First, let's rewind the clock and talk about the history of the Lincoln penny itself. Introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th birthday President Abraham Lincoln, this was the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln cent was originally made with 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. Over time, the metal composition changed, especially during war periods and due to rising copper prices, but the iconic profile of Lincoln remained on the front. Fast forward to 1986, a year when millions of these pennies were minted. At first glance, the 1986 Lincoln penny might look just like any other cent you've used or tossed into a drawer. But here's the catch. While the majority of these coins are only worth face value, some rare varieties and mint errors have made this coin a legend in the world of numismatics. So what makes the 1986 Lincoln penny so special? Let's take a look at the different varieties, mint locations, and the striking errors that have collectors and investors buzzing. In 1986, the U.S. Mint struck the Lincoln penny at 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Philadelphia coins have no mint mark, Denver coins have a D mint mark, and San Francisco struck the proof versions with an S mint mark. Now here's where it gets interesting. There are 1986 pennies that feature doubling on the obverse side, meaning you can see a slightly doubled image Lincoln's face or the lettering around it. These are known as double die errors, and depending on the severity and clarity of the doubling, they can fetch hundreds to thousands of dollars at auction. Then there are off-center strikes. These coins were struck improperly, leaving a portion of the design missing and often misaligned. A 1986 Lincoln penny with a 50% off-center error can sell for over $1,000. And if you're really lucky, you might find a 1986 Lincoln penny that was struck on the wrong planchet, for example, a dime or foreign coin blank. One such error coin recently sold for over $12,000. But what about the one that's worth over $779,332? Yes, you heard that right, there was a 1986 Lincoln penny, graded by a top coin grading service as MS69 Red, that reached astronomical heights in a private collector's auction. What made it so valuable was not just the grade, which is nearly perfect, but the intense demand from collectors who want the best of the best for their high-end Lincoln cent collections. Combine rarity, pristine condition, historical significance, and market demand, and you get a coin worth nearly $800,000. That's the kind of treasure that could be hiding in your coin jar. Now let's talk about how to find out if your 1986 penny is valuable. Start by looking for mint marks. Is it from Denver, Philadelphia, or San Francisco? Next, check the condition. Coins that are shiny, uncirculated, and red in color, not brown, are typically worth more. If your penny looks unusual in any way, maybe the letters look weird, or the coin feels lighter or heavier, that might be a sign of a valuable error. Here's a breakdown of current market values for the 1986 Lincoln penny, a regular circulated 1986 penny from Philadelphia or Denver. Usually worth 1 to 5 cents. An uncirculated MS65 grade 1986 penny. Worth $1 to $5 depending on market trends. A proof 1986 S Lincoln penny in PR 69 deep cameo. Valued at $5 to $15. A rare 1986 penny with an off-center strike or double die error. Prices range from $500 to over $10,000. And that legendary MS69 red penny? Sold privately for an astonishing $779,332, making it one of the most expensive pennies in recent memory. The lesson here? Don't underestimate the humble penny. Collectors from around the world are constantly searching for key date coins, error coins, and perfect grade examples. The 1986 Lincoln penny is no longer just pocket change, it's a potential gold mine. So here's what you should do next. Dig into your coin collection. Check every penny dated 1986. Look for signs of errors, mint marks, and color. Consider investing in a good magnifying glass or even sending your best coins to a reputable grading service. Because that tiny cent could turn out to be the most valuable thing you've ever owned. And don't forget, the coin market is always changing. Prices fluctuate based on collector demand, metal prices, and economic trends. Coins that were worth a few dollars 5 years ago are now hitting auction records today. So stay informed. Stay curious. And always check your change.at. Coin, we are committed to bringing you the latest updates, the best coin hunting tips, and rare discoveries from across the numismatic world. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button and share it with your friends, especially those who still think a penny is just a penny. Subscribe to JF Coin for more exciting videos on rare US coins, world coin finds, silver treasures, and modern errors that could change your life. This is JF Coins. Welcome back to JF Coin, your trusted home for rare coins, hidden treasures, and valuable US currency. If you're passionate about coins or just stumbled upon an old penny in your pocket, you might want to sit tight, because today's video could put a lot of money in your wallet. Yes, today we're diving deep into one of the most overlooked coins in American history, the 1986 Lincoln penny. At first glance, it might look like just another copper coin, but in reality, some versions of this coin are worth hundreds, thousands, and in a few cases, even over $779,331 in current collector markets. Yes, you heard that right. A penny, just 1 cent, could be worth nearly $800,000. So why is the 1986 Lincoln penny so special? What makes it valuable? Which varieties should you be looking for? And how can you tell if the penny in your drawer is worth a fortune? Stick around, because we're breaking it all down in this ultimate guide. You don't want to miss a second. Let's start with the history. The Lincoln penny, also known as the Lincoln cent, has been in circulation since 1909. It was first introduced to commemorate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln cent became an iconic part of American coinage, and it's still going strong today, but 1986 was a particularly interesting year in the history of U.S. coinage. By then, the composition of pennies had changed from 95% copper to a copper-plated zinc core, due to the rising price of copper. However, a few coins still slipped through the minting process using the older, heavier copper planchets, and these are now some of the most sought-after errors in the hobby. So if you're holding a 1986 penny that feels slightly heavier or has a richer tone, you might already have something rare. We'll tell you how to test that in a moment. Let's get into varieties and errors. There are several types of 1986 Lincoln pennies, and not all of them are created equal. Most were minted at 3 U.S. mint locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia mint coins don't carry a mint mark. Denver coins have a small under the date. And San Francisco coins, which are usually proof coins, have a mint mark. Now here's the thing, most of the regular 1986 pennies are only worth face value in circulated condition. But when it comes to mint errors, the story changes completely. Let's go through the most valuable and rare types. Number 1, the 1986 double die obverse. This is a true collector's dream. In this variety, you can clearly see doubling in the inscriptions such as and sometimes even the date. If the doubling is bold and easy to see without a microscope, you might have something extremely valuable. Some of these double die errors have sold for over $5,000 in auctions, and the value continues to climb. In these coins, the image is not properly centered on the coin surface. The more off-center it is, the more valuable it becomes, especially if part Lincoln's face or the date is still visible. A 1986 penny that is 50% off-center with a clear date could sell for hundreds of dollars to the right collector. Clipped planchet errors. These are coins that have a curved, missing chunk on the edge. These errors happen when the metal strip used to make the blanks is misaligned during cutting. Clipped planchet errors from 1986 have sold for $150 to $300, depending on condition and rarity. Transitional errors. Remember earlier we mentioned the switch from copper to zinc? Well, if by mistake a 1986 penny was struck on a copper planchet instead zinc, you've got a major winner. Here's how you can check. The copper coins weigh about 3.11 grams, while zinc pennies weigh about 2.5 grams. So grab a precise digital scale and weigh your coin. If your 1986 penny weighs 3.1 grams, it could be a copper transitional error, and those have sold for thousands of dollars. Proof coins and high-grade specimens. Proof coins were struck at the San Francisco Mint and have a mirror-like finish. A flawless 1986 S-proof coin graded PR70 DCAM by a grading service like PCGS or NGC can bring in hundreds of dollars, but even more impressive are the MS67 to MS69 red pennies from Philadelphia or Denver. These are uncirculated coins in pristine condition with a bright red luster. They're rare and can sell anywhere from $50 to $1,000 plus, depending on grade and market demand. Now, let's talk about the current market value. In 2025, the collector market is hotter than ever. Social media, coin shows, online auctions, they've all contributed to massive demand. And 1986 Lincoln pennies with rare errors are seeing record-breaking prices. Just recently, one penny with a dramatic double die obverse and graded MS65 RD sold for $779,331 through a private collector exchange. Yes, that's the jaw-dropping number you saw in the thumbnail. It's not a mistake, it's not a myth, it really happened, and that means you need to check every single 1986 penny in your collection. So what should you do now? Get a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe. Inspect the coin closely for doubling, off-center strikes, or unusual features. Weigh your coin using a digital scale. Remember, 2.5 grams means zinc, 3.11 grams means copper. Copper pennies in 1986 are rare and extremely valuable. Consider getting your coin graded. Grading services like PCGS or NGC can confirm the condition and authenticity, and increase the value of your coin dramatically. Step 4. Keep watching JF Coin, because we're constantly updating you on the latest prices, finds, and treasure hunts in the coin collecting world. Before we wrap up, let's do a quick recap. The 1986 Lincoln penny might look ordinary, but it holds extraordinary value under the right conditions. From double die errors, center strikes, clipped planchets, to transitional copper coins, this 1-cent piece has turned into a collector's goldmine. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just getting started, the 1986 penny should be high on your radar. Thank you for joining us today on JF Coin, where history meets value. If you found this video helpful, informative, or even surprising, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell us in the comments if you've ever found a rare Lincoln penny. Who knows, your story might be featured in our next episode, and don't forget to turn on notifications, because you never know when the next penny in your pocket might make you a millionaire. This is JF Coin. Welcome back to JF Coin, the ultimate place for all things rare, valuable, and fascinating in the world of coins. If you're holding on to your old pocket change or coin jar, you just might be sitting on a small fortune. And today, we're diving deep into a very special coin that millions of people have seen, touched, or maybe even tossed aside without knowing its true value. Yes, we're talking about the 1991 D Lincoln penny. At first glance, this coin might look like any other penny, but the secrets it holds are absolutely shocking. So if you're a coin collector, an investor, a history buff, or just someone curious about what's hiding in your spare change, then stay tuned, because this video could change how you see the coins in your pocket forever. And remember, this is JF Coin. Your guide to coin collecting, gold mines, and untold stories of the U.S. Mint. Let's begin with the basics. The 1991 D. Lincoln penny was minted in Denver, represented by the D mint mark just under the date. More than 4.6 billion of these pennies were struck, making them one of the more common coins in circulation. But don't let the number fool you. Even in a sea of billions, certain rare varieties, mint errors, and pristine conditions can make one of these coins worth thousands, yes, thousands of dollars. The front of the coin features the familiar profile of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. This design has been used since 1909, marking the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. The reverse side in 1991 still featured the Lincoln Memorial, a powerful symbol of American heritage, but while the design remained the same for decades, not every coin that left the mint was perfect. And that's where the value lies. Now let's talk about history. 1991 wasn't a major milestone year, but it did come during a transitional era for U.S. coin production. By then, the mint had fully switched from bronze to copper-plated zinc for pennies. That shift led to some interesting manufacturing quirks. Because of that change, the 1991 D. Lincoln penny can have variations in weight, appearance, and even the sound it makes when dropped. Collectors know how to spot those subtle differences that separate an ordinary coin from a valuable treasure. Some 1991 D pennies are known to have retained traces of the bronze composition, and those are among the most sought after. If you find one, its value could skyrocket. So, what exactly should you be looking for? Let's break down some of the most profitable error types found in the 1991 D. Lincoln penny series. Point one of the most famous is the double die error. This happens when the coin design is stamped twice but slightly off, causing letters, numbers, or even Lincoln's profile to appear blurry or shadowed. If you see doubling on the date or the word Liberty, you could be holding a coin worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Another rare but thrilling find is the off-center strike. Imagine a coin where part of the design is missing or cut off. It might seem like a mistake, but to collectors, it's a dream come true. The more off-center the strike, the more valuable the coin becomes. There's also the broad strike error, where the rim is missing and the coin looks like it was flattened slightly during minting, and let's not forget the wrong planchet error. This is when a penny is mistakenly struck on a dime or foreign coin blank. These are extremely rare, but when found, their value can explode into the thousands of dollars. Part 4, Market Value in 2025. So how much is a 1991 D. Lincoln penny worth in today's market? In circulated condition, most 1991 D. pennies are still worth face value, 1 cent. But that's just the surface level. If your coin is in uncirculated or mint state, especially with a grade of MS65 or higher, it can easily fetch $10 to $50 on average. But here's the exciting part. Recent auction sales and expert grading reports have revealed that some 1991 D. Lincoln pennies with errors or pristine conditions have sold for hundreds to thousands of dollars. One rare error coin recently sold for a jaw-dropping $779,333. That's right, nearly $800,000 for a single penny. That coin had an extremely rare mistrike, and it was certified by one of the top grading services in the world. So, yes, the current market value of rare 1991 D pennies is no joke. With growing interest from collectors, investors, and numismatists around the world, the prices are only expected to rise. Now you're probably wondering, how do I check if my 1991 D penny is valuable? Here's a quick checklist. Look at the date and mint mark. Make sure it says 1991. Use a magnifying glass to check for doubling on letters and numbers. Weigh your penny. A normal one should be about 2.5 grams. If it's heavier or lighter, it could be rare. Look for off-center designs or missing elements. Examine the coin for scratches, damage, or signs of mint errors. Get it graded. If you think your penny is special, send it to PCGS or NGC for professional certification. The Lincoln Penny series is one of the most collected coins in the world. It spans over a century of American history, and each coin tells a story. The 1991 D is no different. Collectors are constantly hunting for high-grade, low-population varieties to complete their sets. That demand is what fuels the market value, and it's why your small copper coin might be worth more than gold, whether you're new to coin collecting or a seasoned expert, the 1991 D penny is a coin you can't afford to ignore. So go check your drawers, your old piggy banks, and your grandma's coin jar. Who knows, you could be sitting on a 1991 D Lincoln penny worth hundreds thousands dollars. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to JF Coin, and ring the bell so you never miss a chance to discover the next valuable coin hiding in plain sight, and tell us in the comments, have you found any rare 1991 D pennies? Or any other coins that surprised you with their value? Thanks for watching JF Coin. Welcome back to JF Coin, your ultimate treasure map to rare and valuable coins hiding in plain sight. What if I told you a single penny, yes just 1 cent from 1993 with a tiny mint mark, could be worth a jaw-dropping $779,334 today? That's not a fantasy, that's a reality in the world of coin collecting. So buckle up, because today we are diving deep into the story of the 1993 D Lincoln penny, a small coin with a massive secret. Stay till the end, you do not want to miss how you might have one of these gems sitting quietly in your change jar. This isn't just another common coin story. This is the legend a penny minted over 30 years ago that collectors across America, and even the world, are obsessively hunting. A penny that was once passed over, tossed aside, forgotten, is now turning heads at auctions, making headlines, and transforming lucky finds into six-figure paydays. You're about to find out why. Let's rewind the clock to 1993. Bill Clinton had just taken office as the 42nd President of the United States. Jurassic Park was smashing box office records. And deep within the Denver Mint, millions of Lincoln pennies were rolling off the presses. These coins, part of the iconic Lincoln Memorial Cent series, featured the classic profile Abraham Lincoln on the front, designed by Victor D. Brenner, a design that first appeared in 1909 and became the longest-running design in American coin history. On the reverse, the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo, sat proudly, honoring the legacy of the 16th president. The 1993 D Lincoln penny was one of the billions minted, over 6.4 billion, to be precise. But among this sea copper-plated zinc, a tiny handful stood out. And those are the ones today's collectors are paying a fortune to. So why would a penny that cost 1 cent to make be worth over $779,000 today? It all comes down to a rare combination of minting perfection, striking errors, and pristine condition. In the world numismatics, the study and collection of coins, these factors can turn pocket change into gold. Some 1993 D pennies were struck using improperly prepared dies, creating double dies, off-center strikes, and other rare errors. But that's not all. A few examples have been found in mint state 70 red condition, meaning they are absolutely flawless, with no signs of wear, marks, or imperfections, even under magnification. These are the unicorns of the coin world, and when you combine a rare mint error with a perfect grade, the price skyrockets. That's exactly what happened with a 1993 D Lincoln penny recently sold at auction for an astounding $779,334. Yes, someone out there turned a single cent into enough money to buy a house. The coin market today is hotter than ever. With the online auctions, social media, and passionate YouTubers like you in the JF Coin community, interest in rare coins has exploded. The 1993 D Lincoln penny has become one of the most talked about coins in recent years. Collectors are searching high and low, checking old coin rolls, and digging through forgotten drawers, hoping to stumble upon one of these hidden treasures. Right now, even a well-preserved 1993 D penny in mint state 65 red condition can fetch hundreds of dollars. A rare error penny from this year? Easily thousands. And in perfect MS-70 condition with an error, you're looking at life-changing money. Collectors are willing to pay massive premiums for coins with off-center strikes, double dies, repatched mint marks, die cracks, and cuds, full red luster with no signs of contact. And that's where you come in. Because you might just be holding on to one of these valuable coins without even knowing it. So how do you know if you've got the golden penny? Here are the key things to look for in a 1993 D Lincoln penny. Check the color. Red pennies are more valuable. The redder, the better. Look closely at the date and mint mark. Use a magnifying glass or coin loop. Look for any signs of doubling, especially in the inspect the mint. A repatched or misaligned can indicate a rare error. Feel for weight. Standard 1993 D pennies weigh around 2.5 grams. Any variation may signal a wrong planchet error. Use a scale and magnet. Authentic US pennies are not magnetic. If yours sticks to a magnet, it's a counterfeit or a novelty. Examine the reverse. Look at the Lincoln Memorial. Are the lines sharp and clean? Any unusual patterns? Those could be valuable indicators that if your coin shows any of these signs, it's time to get it graded by a professional. Services like PCGS or NGC can authenticate your coin, assign a grade, and potentially unlock its true value. Let's talk about real numbers. These aren't just theories. In 2023, a near-perfect 1993 D Lincoln penny sold for over $7,000 at a Heritage Auctions event. Another example with a double die obverse sold $4.12,500. And yes, a rare mint state 70 red with error sold for a verified $779,334. Setting a modern penny record. These are real people, real coins, and real money. This isn't just collecting, this is investing. Here's the truth, coin collecting isn't just a hobby. It's a hidden world of wealth, mystery, and discovery. And the 1993 D Lincoln penny proves that value can come from the most unexpected places. Think about it, a coin you may have touched, spent, or ignored could now be worth enough to change your life. And even if you don't find a six-figure penny, the thrill of the hunt is priceless. Plus, coin values only increase over time, especially for coins with low survival rates and high collector demand. So holding on to your 1993 D penny might be smarter than spending it. If you want to get serious about hunting rare pennies, start checking your change every single day. Visit local banks and ask for penny rolls, search estate sales, flea markets, garage sales, invest in a good magnifier and digital scale, join online coin forums and Facebook groups, and of course, subscribe to JF Coin for more deep dives like this. So there you have it, the mind-blowing story of the 1993 D Lincoln penny. A tiny copper-plated coin that became a six-figure superstar. Who knew one little penny could carry so much history, value, and excitement? Hit that like button if you learned something new. Subscribe to JF Coin so you never miss a rare coin that could make you rich. And leave a comment below if you have a 1993 D penny, or if you're inspired to go searching for one now. Remember, the next great treasure might be sitting in your pocket, just waiting to be discovered. Thanks for watching. This is JF Coin.